ready, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Drop it down and keep it low, low, low. Keep it low, low, low. Keep it low, low, low. Keep it low. Here we go, go, go. Here we go, go, go. Here we go. Drop it down and keep it low, low, low. Keep it low, low, low. Keep it low, low, low. Keep it low. All right, ready, here we go. Alright, ready, here we go. Everybody hit the flow. Everybody hit the flow. Everybody hit the flow. Alright, ready, here we go. Drop it down and keep it low. Drop it down and keep it low. Drop it down and keep it low. Alright, ready, here we go. Everybody hit the flow. Everybody hit the flow. Everybody hit the flow. Alright, ready, here we go. Drop it down and keep it low. Drop it down and keep it low. Drop it down and keep it low. Alright, ready, here we go. Alright, ready, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Drop it down and keep it low, low, low. Keep it low, low, low. Keep it low, low, low. Keep it low. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Drop it down and keep it low, low, low. Keep it low, low, low. Keep it low, low, low. Keep it low.
morning, everyone. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather is as beautiful by you as it is here by me. I am in Northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, and the weather is perfect for fall right now. In fact, I actually had to pull out a sweater because it's a little chilly in here this morning. We've been between the 40s and the 60s all week long, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm really excited for it. I love the changing of the seasons. I love the fall. Fall is my favorite time of the year because it always has that little bit of a crisp in the air, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm really excited for that. So welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday morning. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Yesterday, I spent the entire day running errands and making applesauce. You guys know I went apple picking a couple weeks ago, and so I spent the entire day yesterday in my kitchen making applesauce. I have 2 batches going in crock pots, and so I'll be able to put those into cups later today, and then we freeze them. We put them in the freezer and we freeze them, and we have some all year long. In fact, Mr. Wizard and I found a couple of extra containers from last year's batch, so we're making sure to use those up today so that they don't get confused with the new batches. But anyway, today we're going to be working on our Puppies project. For those of you who are new around here, first and foremost, please allow me to say welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here with us. We are working on our Puppies project, which is a Elizabeth Hartman pattern. It's been so much fun so far. It is taking a little bit longer to put together than a traditional pattern would be, and that's because there was a lot of cutting in the beginning of the project. But now the blocks are going together pretty quickly. The last time we came together, we finished our smoky block. If you guys missed that, make sure you check out the playlist and watch the most previous video where we finished the smoky block. They're absolutely adorable. And today we're going to be starting on our Lulu block. And of course, I also have the puppy cam going, which looks like it's actually at a pretty good angle right now. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. I thought I was going to have to move it, but it looks like it's okay. And you can see Ivy is there with me. Good morning, Ivy. She's so adorable. So my puppies will be coming and going throughout the day, and that's how the puppy cam initially started. And because you guys have loved it just absolutely so much, I've decided to make it a permanent function on the channel. So thank you for that. All right, so before I get started with our Puppies project, let me go ahead and hop into chat and let's say hello to everybody there. Oh, before I forget to do that, I wanted to remind our members that we do have a members only live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow evening. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Usually goes for about 2 hours. And it's just a whips and UFOs. Today we're not working on anything, or tomorrow we're not working on anything specific. We will be doing another quilt along, but it's going to be a subscriber quilt along, not a members. We're going to be starting that in November. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about that probably next week, because I have some stuff laid out behind you. I just need to get it all kind of together and organized for you guys to show you what it is. It's going to be a quick and easy one. Well, I shouldn't say that. It will probably take us a few months, but it should be a pretty easy one to put together. So I'm excited to tell you guys more about that. You will need a layer cake and 2 solid or semi-solid charm packs that are contrasting to that layer cake. So that's all that you will need. You don't need any extra yardage unless, of course, you want to add borders. Of course, you'll need stuff for binding later, but to get the quilt top together, all you need is a layer cake and 2 charm packs. So that should be exciting to put together. So we will be doing that starting in November. We also have 2 other block of the month programs coming in hopefully November, maybe December, just kind of depends on when they are shipping. So we're going to be starting those as well, which is really exciting. Of course, we still have our Spools of the Year Block of the Month project, which has been a lot of fun so far. Norfolk is just about done. We got 2 more episodes for that one left, and we're going to be working on our Block 8 here in the next week. I think it's actually next week. Yeah, next weekend we'll be working on Block 8, and then we have 1 more block for Block 9. Now, I did receive my package for Block 9. You guys can kind of see it a little bit off camera. It's just that white envelope right there. I did receive it, but it turns out that what's in the package was not Block 9. It was actually another Block 6. So now I have even more extra fabric from this project. So I did contact them. It took them a while to respond back to me. And you know, I'm trying to keep an open mind. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt a little bit, but I have to say that their customer service has not been great. It was a little bit disappointing. They're not really quick with their answers, and when you ask them specific questions, they don't answer them. And so I'm kind of a little frustrated by that, kind of a little disappointed because I really, really liked this project. But I have not found it. I was working on it really well. Everything was going really well. And then they made some changes within the company and things kind of went off the rails. So I'm a little disappointed by that. So if you guys are considering doing another project for Annie's, it was Annie's Kit Club. Now it's called Annie's Attic. If you guys are interested in working with that particular company, you may want to wait a little bit longer to see if they can work out some of their kinks before that. Now they are much bigger on their knitting and their crocheting projects than they are on their sewing and their quilting projects. So that's my recommendation. I'm not going to say don't work with the company, but I will say kind of do it at your own risk a little bit there, at least for right now. Maybe give them till the end of the year to kind of work things out, and maybe things will be a little bit better. But hopefully we'll be getting our new Block 9 here soon. And hopefully it comes with backing fabric. That's kind of been the question that they won't answer for me. Is I'm pretty sure this project was supposed to come with backing fabric, and when I keep asking them if the backing fabric is coming, they won't answer me. So I'm a little worried about that, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But either way, that's where that is at. We're going to be starting another new project at the end of the month called Swirling Leaves. You guys may already see the thumbnail available on the channel, and that's because we're going to be starting at the end of the month. If you guys are interested in doing that as a quilt along, you absolutely can. In the description of that thumbnail, there are links to the pattern and the fabric that I'm going to be using. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can absolutely join in. Now, of course, with all of the projects here on this channel, they take forever to finish because I am constantly rotating projects in and out because I get bored very easily. I know that's not for everybody, and that's why we don't have, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but that's okay. I get bored really easily, and the last thing I want to do is be bored with you guys here on camera. So I rotate my projects around. I always have 5, 6, 7, even 8 of them going at a time, so that we constantly are rotating them out. But that does mean it takes us a really long time to finish a project because we only work on it about once a month. So if that is something that you guys are interested in sewing along with me, you're more than welcome to. Or if you just want to make it on your own, you can absolutely do that as well. So I do try to leave links, preferably Amazon links or name brand websites for links in my descriptions of my videos whenever I can. So like, I'm pretty sure there's one for the Elizabeth Hartman in this video. I know for a fact there is one for the Swirling Leaves project, but anyway, so I try to give you guys links to where you can buy the pattern or the fabric that I'm working with in case you want to replicate it yourself. So anyway, back to chat. Let me pop into chat and say hello to everybody there. Also, I have hiccups again. Let me pop into chat and say hello to everybody there, and then we're going to get started on our Puppies project, which I'm so excited for. I'm absolutely loving this project. It is just so cute. And it's challenging me a little bit because the pieces are much smaller than things that I've worked with before. But after working with our wall hanging projects that we've been working on, these pieces are huge compared to those. So, it kind of was a nice segue into that project because I kind of got used to the smaller pieces. And now I'm used to teeny tiny pieces. So this one should be no problem at all. It looks like very first person in chat this morning was Linda Denton. Good morning, Linda. It is so great to see you. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. Kathy Quilts and Crafts is also here. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being a moderator for my channel. I truly appreciate it. I love that. I'm so grateful that you're here with me and that you help me out, and I really appreciate you being part of the team. Melissa, good morning. Thanks so much for being here. Happy Sunday morning to you. Melissa is a member of the channel, as is Susan Euro, who's also here with us. So good morning. Thank you so much for being members of the channel and supporting it, not just by watching, but also monetarily as well. It really helps out the channel. It makes it so that we can do a lot of these fun projects and a lot of the fun giveaways. So thank you for that so much. I really appreciate that. Brat46 is also here. Good morning, Brat46. It's so great to see you. Sandra K is here as well. Good morning, Sandra. It looks like you've changed your user ID, which is awesome. The name of your channel, it looks like it's changed a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you also. Sylvia is also here. She does have some family or some company coming in, so she didn't think she was going to be able to hang out with us the whole morning, but that's okay. That's fine. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for being here, and welcome to the new subscriber. I didn't catch your name. It popped up on the screen too fast, but I will get back to it in just a minute. But welcome to being a subscriber. Thanks so much for that. Let's see. Susan says it's cold in my apartment. It is. It's kind of, there's a little bit of a chill in the air. There's a little bit of a chill in the air, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But good morning, Susan. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here as well. Let's see. So Sylvia's got company coming in. That's totally fine, Sylvia. We completely understand. Family is way more important than anything that ever happens here on this channel. But we appreciate you popping in, even if it's just for a couple minutes. And don't forget, you can catch the replay later. So don't worry, you won't miss out on anything. But we appreciate you popping in. Susan says she sewed up some patchwork witch hat yesterday after church. And everything on there will be sewn on the bias binding on the brim. Oh my gosh, and then call it finished. My goodness, Susan. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Make sure you post pictures of that in our Facebook group. I'd love to see what that looks like. I'd love to see what you guys are working on. That's why I love our Facebook group and our Instagram pages, because then I get to see what you guys are working on. You guys always get to see what I'm doing, but it's very rare that I get to see what you're doing, and you guys keep me inspired. Like I look at the stuff that you guys are creating and I think, okay, I can make this simple project. If they can do the complicated stuff, I know I can do the simple stuff. That, and also it kind of it helps me remind me that you guys are the experts, not me, for sure, 100%. And it allows me to be able to kind of feed off of your confidence levels and say, okay, they've got my back. They're going to help me out if I get in a jam. So I really, truly appreciate everybody that's posting on our Facebook groups and is helping keeping those moving forward. I really appreciate it, because it keeps me motivated. It keeps me creative. So I really appreciate that. I can't say that enough. Judy, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. Good morning. Welcome back. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. Scrolling through. So many Streamlabs. Streamlabs is back up and running. Sandra, you mentioned something about maybe having problems with the bot. Is everything working out okay now? I know that sometimes when people change their user ID or their channel names, sometimes that screws with the bot a little bit. But it looked like everything was working out okay. So I'm not sure if it was maybe just a glitch at the time or what was happening. So let me know. If Lucas shows up, then we can ask Lucas some more. Oh no, Kathy, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, shoot. Shady Susan just texted. She said she's at the hospital. They don't think Sparky's gonna make it. She needs our prayers. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's always heartbreaking when you hear that anybody's not doing well. But yeah, no, definitely. Let's send some positive vibes her way. I'm so sorry to hear that. Good morning, Dawn. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Don't you worry, Dawn. I'm still going to be sending you all of the pattern pieces for the Norfolk. The pattern pieces are fine. Like, the pattern is written really nicely and easily and easy to understand. It's just the service for the company I'm working with that seems to be a little bit of a trouble. But don't you worry. Once I'm done with that project, you're getting all those pattern pieces as I promised at the beginning. So that'll be exciting for you. I'm excited to see if you put it together. Let's see. Linda, Susan. Let's see. Still going through chat. You can can applesauce by a water bath. Oh, yeah, okay. So Brat46, I don't usually can mine. What I do is I put it into these little plastic containers. They're like 4-ounce containers. I buy them on Amazon in bulk. And so I put them in these little like single-serve containers like you would buy from the grocery store. And they have little lids. And then I freeze them. I freeze them upside down so that way there's not air in them. But I freeze them. And then that way when Mr. Wizard wants one for his lunch, or Taylor wants one for her lunch, or I want one for my lunch or dinner or whatever, I can just grab a single serving or as many servings as I need and throw them in a lunch bag, which is really kind of nice. Because then that way I don't have this whole big jar that I have to go through in a certain amount of time. I just have a single serving. So it works out real well for us. We've learned that over the years that doing the little individual servings seems to make things a little bit easier than trying to do them by the jar. But that is good advice for anybody else out there that's making applesauce. Yeah. Sorry, still scrolling through chat. Hi, Mary. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome back. Are you saying good morning to everybody? See, my thing kind of skipped on me, so give me a second. I gotta scroll back up. Patricia, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you as well. Okay, so Patty is also here. Good morning, Patty. So great to see you. It sounds like all of our quilt top winners have received their quilt tops. If you guys could just confirm that for me, that'd be great. And then I'm still waiting for confirmation on our fall and our Halloween crafting projects. It looks like one of them might have been delivered, but the other one might be stuck somewhere. So if you guys can just send me an email, because I don't remember if I emailed you guys with the tracking numbers or not. If I didn't, I'd have them. But just send me an email when you guys receive that so that I know that it got there okay. I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do about it now, but I just like to know that they got there. Melissa says she's loving the temperatures in Georgia right now. Oh, I bet, yeah. Dawn says she's waiting for cozier weather in Texas. It's a high of 90 today. Yikes. Oof. Judy says she was, oh, that's right, Judy. You did say that you were going to be traveling to Illinois and dealing with some estate stuff and was silenced for a bit. Oh, my. Well, I'm sorry about that. The bot is not taking the bets. Both Sylvia and I was for sure. I saw some of them happening, though. Okay, well, let's keep an eye on it. I don't know if Lucas is here. He's much better at that stuff than I am, but I can probably try and reset it, too, if it really comes down to it. Let's see if that will work. Linda says mine is taking a vacation in other states. Yes, Linda. Yeah, it is. It's taking the long way. I don't know why it went down all the way down there. Don says you bought a new legit kit, so you're going to be working on that for a while. My goodness, yeah, that's an expensive kit, too. Holy smokes. 4-ounce or small jelly jars. Yeah, they can be. Yeah, you're right. I mean, they're tiny. They're little plastic, disposable with a lid. Yeah, they're really kind of cute. The bot's not working, huh? Alright, well, let's keep an eye on that. You got the kit on sale during Prime Day. Oh, well, then that's not so bad. It was probably still expensive, but probably not as bad. But anyway. Alright, so let's keep an eye on the bot, see if we can figure something out. I might be able to try and reset it if it's not working. I mean, it looked like it was taking things. I don't know. Let's keep an eye on it. And let's go ahead and get started. Of course, my iron turned back off, so let me turn that back on. So we're going to be working on Lulu. Oh, scissors. Wow, I am so distracted today. I'm so sorry. One of our subscribers sent me a gift, which you guys know you are never required to send me a gift. Ever, never, ever. But I truly appreciate it when you do, because it really makes things easier for me. And I love trying out the projects and things that that you guys recommend. Oh, the new subscriber was called Pat Boob. So welcome, Pat. Thank you so much for joining us. I do apologize for you having to wait so long to join in chat, but that's the best way that we can keep the trolls out. So I apologize for that. But anyway, hang out with us today, and you'll be able to come back next time and join us in chat. So thank you. So anyway, a subscriber sent me a pair of pinking shears. Based on a recommendation that they made when I think we were working on our memory bear, and I was having trouble kind of trimming the corners, and so they sent me this pair of pinking shears, and honestly, I've never seen a pair like this one before. And you're like, Danny, why is this one so different than any other pair? Well, it's going to be hard for you to show you guys on the camera. You'll have to trust me here. But the teeth on these pinking shears are 2 millimeters, as opposed to your standard. I think your standard is like 5 or 8 millimeters. These are only 2 millimeters, so they're super teeny tiny. The teeth are really super teeny tiny. So I'm hoping that this is going to help out a lot more with regards to trimming up our seams on our memory bear project and kind of making it a little bit easier. So thank you to the subscriber. You know who you were. I really appreciate you sending this over to me. I cannot wait to get started with it. I mean, again, I can't really show you on the camera because I do have a pair of traditional pinking shears here, and the difference in sizes between the teeth is just unreal, like just completely unreal. I wish I could show you guys on the camera, but it's just not going to work. I don't think you guys can see it, but I'm really excited about it. So thank you to them for sending me this. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to start using it, but I left it on the counter here so I wouldn't forget to thank you for it. So thank you. We're going to set these off to the side because I don't need them for this project, but that's okay. All right. Back to what we were doing. Dawn says she's going to be lurking. No problem, Dawn. We appreciate it. No problem. Sandra wants to know how the rag quilts are going. Cut a piece of fabric now. Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah, good idea, Linda. Let me go grab 2 pieces of scrap so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Hang on. That's probably a better idea. Yeah. Hang on, let me grab some scrap fabric. Hang on. Your black will show up on the camera. I think this black fabric will show up on the camera. Yeah, good call. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Okay, so here's your traditional one. So let me just cut this one here as a traditional. Here's your traditional one. Can you guys see that? I'll get a white. You guys see the cut on that? I don't know if you guys can see it. I might have to like get a zoom camera or something here. Let me cut that one. Now let me show you what this one looks like. Wow, super tiny. Here. So I've got, I don't know if you guys can even see it. Let me move up the camera. Let's see if I can show you guys what that looks like. You can see the top teeth there are kind of thicker. Bottom teeth are so tiny. I don't even know if you guys can see how tiny those teeth are. Way tinier. Way tinier. Here, you know what I'm going to do? I will take a picture of it right now and post it on our Facebook group so you guys can see what it looks like. There. Let me post that on our Facebook group. So if you're not a member of our Facebook group, you can go over there if you're interested in seeing what it looks like. Let me just post it right here, right now, so that I don't forget. Because otherwise I will forget. We'll get excited and I forget. And samples of my new pinking shears. Here. The pinking. I can't spell. Sorry guys, give me a second here. Pinking shears. There we go. Alright. So I just posted a picture on our Facebook group of what the new shears look like. So what the... No, Terry, it's totally a personal decision. That is totally fine. I can absolutely email you a picture if you want. It's not a problem. And good morning, by the way. Welcome back to the channel. No, social media is totally a personal decision. Absolutely, 100%. And I don't judge anybody for making that decision. Because of the channel, I use social media a little bit more than I prefer to. But that's okay. Hi, Carrie. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you as well. Hello. All right. All right, so let me throw those. Let's just scrap. Okay. But thank you again to the subscriber for sending me these pinking shears. I can't wait to start using them on our memory bear project. I'm hoping that really helps. We'll have to wait and see. But the teeth on it are just so tiny. I could not believe tiny, tiny teeth. Showed up great on Facebook. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Did I miss anything in chat while I was screwing around? Let's see. Puppy cam. Oh, I didn't even think of the puppy cam. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Due to the chilly weather, Terry's having soup. Yeah, oh, for sure. Susan says, I've totally misplaced both pairs of fabric shears I own. Was using them Friday and they were poof, gone. Missing in action. Awesome. Okay. That's not awesome, but I'm sorry that you misplaced them. All right. Let's focus. It's just me that needs to focus. Everybody else is already focused. It's just me. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get started with this project. We are going to be working on our Lulu blocks today. Ivy, did you come say hello? I'm so distracted this morning. Hi. Hi. They can't see your head because of the puppy cam. That was where it goes. There's Addie. Okay, hold on. There's the puppies. There are my puppies. Okay. Lulu blocks. So let's go ahead and make the nose because that's what it says to do first. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't need this anymore. Oh, everything is like just out of reach. So anyway, how is everybody's weekend going? Got any fun plans of things you guys are doing or heading off to do? Obviously, Sylvia's got some family or friends coming by, some company coming by. Terry, how is your house guest doing? Go. Let me pull chat up on my phone again, just so I don't miss anything. There we go. Yep, they got their snack and then they go away. Yep. Well, Ivy usually comes back because she's still looking for a snack. But yes, for the most part, the other two, that's what they do, is they come, they get their snack, and then they go away. She's adorable, but she always wakes up when I'm sleeping or eating as she smells food, and it's true foodie for sure. Yeah, I got one of those too. I definitely have one of those as well, as you guys can tell from the snacks. Alright. There's one. So I went ahead and I marked up all of our pieces while we were off camera. So hopefully we won't have to waste too much time marking pieces. Because that has been kind of the battle with this project a little bit. Has been marking up pieces. So. That's a weird noise. Mr. Wizard must be doing something in the garage and I can hear it all the way in here, which is weird. Right. Taylor is still traveling. For those of you who were with us last week, she's still traveling. She was supposed to be gone for 6 days. She ended up having to come home for 1 day because this poor girl, because she's been traveling so much, somehow her debit card and her credit card were both compromised. the I suspect that somebody from one of the hotels probably took a picture of her cards and tried to use them. Is going to be my guess. But I can't obviously prove that for sure. But I'm going to guess that that's what happened because they hit both her debit and her credit card on the same day at the same time for the same amount. And I've never even heard of that happening, like, ever before. So she, obviously the bank caught it, and so did the credit card company, so she's not out any money or anything like that. But the problem was that she ended up not having any way to book a hotel room while she was traveling because all she had was a credit card and a debit card. So she had to come back home to get new cards so that she could go back. So I feel really bad for her. She did, she was obviously a little frustrated about it at first when it first happened, but she managed to calm down and keep her wits about her. And we got it figured out pretty quickly. And now she's learned a lesson, and now she keeps a certain amount of cash on her at all times so that in the event she gets in this type of trouble again, she has backup money, basically. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. What if I missed in chat, my goodness? Hi Joyce, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Yeah, the sniffer works to the 10th power. I think that's probably the only thing that never goes away. Yep. Daughter and son-in-law are doing later today, of course, in the bad weather, so I can worry all day. They will be going straight to my daughter's house, so I don't know if I can see them today. Oh, bad weather. I'm sorry to hear that. Heavier quilts. Ooh, no. Denim, for sure. So, yeah, so she had to deal with that this week, so I felt bad for her, but, life's full of lessons, and you just gotta take them in stride and figure out how to make them work for you. So she was home yesterday to take care of that, and then she took off again. So she ended up having to extend her trip by a day in order to accommodate this. So she'll be back on Wednesday instead of on Tuesday, because she was originally supposed to be back on Tuesday. So, no big deal. She's liking her new job. She seems to really be enjoying it. And that's the most important thing. They're keeping her busy. It is a lot of travel. But she's doing okay with it so far. Taylor's a pretty good introvert anyway. So for her, it's not that big of a deal to travel alone. So no, Terry Taylor did not move out. No. She's just traveling for work. No, I mean she will eventually move out, I'm sure. And now that she has a full-time job, I'm sure she's probably thinking about it more so than she was before. But no, not yet. Our stepdaughter down in Florida has moved. She moved from Orlando to Tampa. So that's exciting for her. But no, Taylor has not moved yet. So now we're going to go ahead and iron these open. I like to iron, when I'm doing a corner-to-corner bias sewing like this, I like to do these open. And then when they're straight stitch, I'll do them to one side or the other. But when they're corner-to-corner like this, I prefer to do them open. Carrie Lynn, I don't think I caught you coming in. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. 1 minute I'm warm, then I'm cold, then I'm warm, then I'm cold. Welcome to my world, right? It's crazy. When I first came in here, it was chilly. Now I'm warm, probably from the lights. The lights really do warm up. These are not LED lights that I use. I probably need to start investing in some LED lights. So they're a little on the warm side. So the room does get a little warm, and I put a sweater on because I was chilly. And now I could probably take the sweater off. Alright, But yeah, so Taylor's job requires a little bit of travel. It's car travel. They've given her a company vehicle that she travels in, but it means that she has to stay in hotels every once in a while, depending on how far she has to drive. She is currently in central Indiana right now. So they put her up in a hotel, and because she doesn't necessarily know how long the task will take, she has to book a hotel basically every evening that she needs one. She can't book them in advance because she doesn't know how long the task will take her to do. So she books a hotel room each evening, and I think that it's possible that one of the hotel rooms that she stayed in, maybe somebody was not necessarily on the up and up that she checked in with. So and that's how her card got compromised, I'm going to guess. Because you hear about those types of things all the time. Hotel staff doing things like that. Kathy says it's 48 and windy and rainy by her. Wind and rain, fun times. Oh, thanks. It's windy and rainy by you too, Terry? It is not supposed to rain by us, I think, until Tuesday. Yeah, not till Tuesday. And it's currently 60 degrees outside right now with a high of 72 sometime today. That's what they're predicting. One more, and then I'll show you guys what these pieces look like. This is just a nose piece. Right now we're making the center of the puppy face. I think this face piece is actually going to go together fairly quickly. I don't know that we're going to finish it today, but I think it's going to go together pretty quickly. We need to make 4 of these for the size quilt that we're making. Sandra says 43 on her side of the state. Oh, okay. Storm is today and tomorrow. I really don't do well in storms. Too many trees are surrounding me, so that makes it worse. Oh, yeah, no, I bet. You know, storms, I'm kind of, let me take my sweater off. Storms, I'm kind of like, on the fence about, because, like, I love watching them. I really do. I love watching the wind blow the trees around and the lightning and listening to the thunder. I love that part of it. I really do. But at the same time, I don't like it when there's, like, really high winds and they're talking about tornadoes or, you know, there's damage to wind or people could get hurt or things like that. I really don't like that. That makes me a little batshit. But it makes me a little batty, I should say. It makes me a little batty. But, you know, it kind of is what it is. This is... Oh, that was scrap. Okay. All right. So now that we've got those pieces ironed up, let me show you what they look like. It's just a little nose. So we're going to take these pieces and we're going to attach R's to them. R's and O's. So here's an O. There's an R. Warning of coastal flooding. I live on an island. Oh, yeah, that's a good call. Yep. Okay, so let me flip over my foot here. So besides the crazy weather that everybody's expecting, how is everyone else doing otherwise? If you guys are following along with Donna from Handmade by Ying, her granddaughter Harper is struggling again. She had a heart transplant a year or two or so ago. And she's back in the hospital because she's dealing with some rejection from it. So I've been trying to post on our Facebook group to keep everybody updated on how things are going with her. I have not seen an update today, but I also have not really checked for one either. I know that poor little girl has already been through so much. That whole family has. So I'm hoping that everything works out okay. There was something else that popped into my head as I was saying that, and now for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. Alright, and the O's. So right now we're making the center of the face. And I don't think I showed you guys what this face looks like. So give me a second, let me show you. So you guys can get a visual of what it is we're making. That is what we're making. Right now we are working on the nose. Nose and the chin, and then this middle section here of the face. That's what we're working on right now. So cute. It's so cute. Let them dry out and use them in a bonfire. Are we talking about branches? Mr. Wizard and I we don't have a lot of trees in our yard. We have a pretty small house and it's a pretty small yard. But we do have 2 trees in the front that are older and 2 smaller trees in the back that are older. And so they're constantly losing branches. So we're not without firewood usually. It is going to be a cute block, yeah. It's going to be a really cute block. So these pieces are much bigger pieces than what we've been working with on our Year in Schools project. These are much, much bigger. What? Anyone that eats pistachios, the shells burn nice due to the oils in the shells. Oh. I'm not a big pistachio fan myself, but that sounds like it could be fun. One of the things I used to get when the kids were little, and I'm not sure if they're for the outdoor fires anyway, not for indoor fires, but for outdoor fires. There was this company called Stone and Hearth. They were an online retailer, like magazine retailer, and one of the products that they used to have, and Lord knows if they still have it, but they used to have these pine cones that were treated with things, non-toxic things, but they were treated with these things. And so you'd throw a pine cone into the fire and it would change the colors of the flames. I think it was like, I don't even know anymore, but I probably should have done more research, but they were a lot of fun. The kids really liked them. Because we used to do bonfires with the kids all the time when they were little. It was a great way to kind of have family time and kind of get everybody settled down and before bedtime in the summertime, and especially in the fall. It was a really nice way to kind of get everybody to calm down from the day's activities, and we do s'mores and cocktail sausages on the skewers as a snack or as a dessert after dinner. The kids would play Ghosts in the Graveyard in the backyard because it was pretty dark in the backyard. It was just a lot of fun. It was something really fun. And so then we'd do the pine cones, and they would be coated with like usually some type of a powder coating on them, like a nickel or some. I don't know what it was, honestly. Some type of phosphate of some kind, and they would change. The flames would change colors depending on what was on the pine cone. So it was really fun for the kids. They were a little on the pricey side, but one or two of them just to kind of be fun were a lot of fun. That does sound weird. Yeah, Sandra, I noticed you had mentioned that before. I wonder if YouTube's doing something weird. That does sound weird. Yeah, I saw you mention that in the chat. I didn't do anything different. I didn't change anything different, Sandra. But who knows with YouTube sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna need 8 of these now. 2, 4, 6. Alright, so I've got the little middle of the face section done now. So we're going to be attaching the cheek pieces on now. The 2 cheek pieces. So let's go ahead and get those on. Different time zones. Could be the time zones could have caused an issue. Who knows? YouTube does some weird things sometimes. I didn't change anything. It wasn't me that changed anything, so I don't know what it could have been. But I appreciate you letting me know, just so I can keep an eye on things. You just waited to see what happened. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Oh, for starters, yeah. Mm-hmm. The U.S. Yeah, the Postal Service does what it wants to. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've got a couple of packages that are just kind of in limbo right now, and we picked USPS because we figured UPS was going to be just horrible with some packages, so we did them through the Postal Service instead, and now I'm wondering if we should have just went through FedEx or something, because we're having some trouble with that too. So it is so expensive to send things to people anymore. It's just so expensive. Carrie says, I want to sew, but I need to reset my room. I've been playing and not putting my toys away. Carrie, I will say one of the nice things about having the YouTube channel is it kind of forces me to have to reset every week. Because I can leave things in here for a little while, but then when we go to do the next live stream, I have to put everything away. And that's one of the other reasons why I kind of like doing different projects every week, because it forces me to put everything away, organize it all, put it all away, open up the next thing. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, though. I think if I didn't have the channel, this room would be just a complete chaos. Because I will be honest with you guys and tell you that you guys can't see the other side of the camera. Thank goodness. Because the other side of the room is a little bit of chaos. And I really need to get in here and do some cleaning. I've just been so busy with so many other things that I have not, unfortunately, had the time to come in here and really dedicate some time to it. I need to get some shelves on the walls. I need to buy some shelves to put on the walls. So that's been part of the problem as well. So. But yeah, I totally feel you when it comes to not putting your toys away. And I'm still looking, well, I shouldn't say I'm still looking because I haven't really actually looked. I still have a note to look for the butterfly block, Sandra. I still have a note. Again, you can't see it, but there's a post-it note right here. This is butterfly block. I think I know where it's at, but I have not really looked for it yet, and I need to. I'm pretty sure it's in one of those bins over there. It's either one of those bins over there or one of these bins over here. But I need to find it. And I know I still have the pieces to make the third one. It's there in a Ziploc up here somewhere to make the third one. So we do need to put the third one together as well. Susan says, my laptop wants another update. Did one on Friday, did it again yesterday morning. Why does it want another? Interesting. Mine, well, I have a Windows laptop, so maybe it's different. But I know that my business one at work has updated a couple of times this week. Okay. Right. Got some alphabetties here that I need to get put away. Some clips. Get that one up with the iron real quick. With pieces like this where there's so many little pieces, and I am going to be ironing after each step. That's just kind of my process because I find that works best for me. Now, you don't necessarily need to do that, but I will say that I find that everything kind of lays a little bit nicer if you do it, if you press after each step. Good. Show you guys what I've got going on here. We're moving right along. Been at it for a little less than an hour now. We've already got the nose pieces done. The nose and part of the cheeks. So now we need to assemble the top of these. So we're going to set these aside for right now. Go ahead and set this aside for right now. And now I need A and H. H and A. And N and A. Oh, here's N. N and A. And I need M and J. Alright, so first things first, let's put the A and H's together and the A and the N's together. Bye, Susan. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you being here. I don't remember Susan popping in, but thank you so much, Susan, for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, yes, Susan. I'm sorry. For some reason, I was thinking Shady Susan, and I knew she wasn't in chat. Oh, wow. Have a good weekend, Susan. Thanks so much for joining us today. Always catch the replay later. Okay, so A and H are these two. Let's go ahead and get those in. I don't have any puppies with me today. They must be tired or cold and laying in the living room. I don't have any puppies who might want treats. No puppies at all today. I don't know where they're at. Probably all being lazy. Addison, we have a little side table in our master bedroom, which is the room right next door here. We have a little side table that we set up underneath the front window. Because this is the front of our house. This is the front of our house. That's the back of our house. And so we set up some little side tables. We set up this little side table underneath one of the windows so that the dogs could climb up onto the table to see out the front window. And Addison likes to, my bigger dog, Addison, who does not need the table. She does not need the table. But she, if it's there, she'll use it. And so she likes to actually lay right on the table and rest her chin on the windowsill and just look out the window. Well, that's probably where she's at right now. Because our windows are just, they're taller windows here in the front. They're not floor windows, so they can't really see out of them. So that's what she likes to do. She's so silly. And then Ivy, you know our Ivy, she likes to actually sit up on the top of our couch. Like, not on our couch, but on the top of our couch. Because we have another window in our living room, so she can look out that one at the top of the couch. So funny. So we have one of those couches with the indents in the upper because of the dogs. Yeah, we have one of those. We are those people. Because we don't have any windows that go to the floor. Like, we don't... The only windows that we have that go to the floor are sliding glass doors. And they don't really face anything but, you know, our backyard. So they don't really... There's not a whole lot for them to see out those. Alright, so that is all of these. These were A's. I think we're done with the A's. I'm going to actually put these away. Okay. Go ahead and iron these up now. So little tiny pieces, but not as tiny as our wall hanging project. But they come together pretty good. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Elizabeth Hartman patterns, you'll know that her patterns are usually filled with a lot of little pieces. but they're very detailed. So that's kind of where I challenged myself with this project, is I really wanted to learn how to do it, to learn how to use smaller pieces and make a little bit more of a detailed quilt. So right now, these black pieces that we're working with are the eyes. They will go on top of the nose pieces when we're done with them. So all of the blocks have black eyes and a black nose. These. Just making sure to put these on correctly. You do not want to have to call the co-host of the show. That is the goal every day, not to have to call out the co-host. For those of you who are new to the channel, the co-host of the show is none other than Jack the Ripper. Pull these off the machine. So for this project, I opted for batik fabrics for the puppy faces. I wanted that kind of, well, I wanted a brown dog. I wanted brown dogs because my intent is for this to be part of my living room. And I wanted, you know, obviously my living room is brown tones, and my dogs are for the most part brown, or at least I'd like them to be. They're usually black and white for the most part. But so I picked different shades of brown, but I'm not a solids person. I don't like solid fabrics. They just don't speak to me. You know, some people love solid fabrics. I know Sean over on The Guy Who Sews, that's his preferred fabric type is solids, and that's totally fine. It's just not mine. It's not my preferred method. So I prefer something with a little bit of texture. So I opted for Hoffman Batiks in shades of brown for the puppy heads, because I thought that those really did a great job of, giving me that texture that I needed for the dog faces without an actual pattern. Because I didn't want to do an actual pattern fabric, because I thought that it would just look weird as a dog face, in my opinion, for me. So that's why I opted to go that route instead. Alright, so here's the M's. Now these go this way, right? Yeah. But I'm really liking the fabrics that we've chosen. If you guys have been with this project from the start, then you will know the very first episode of this series was when we picked out our fabrics. I had a Hoffman Batik Fat Quarter Bundle in shades of brown. I think it was called Stonehenge, I think. that I was choosing from. So we picked out fabrics for the face and fabrics for the ears for each of the dog types. And then I picked the pattern recommended a Snow White for the faces. So I went ahead and chose that. I'm not sure that I would have chose it normally. I think I probably should have went with like a grunge or a batik in white. But it turned out okay. Or at least so far it looks like it's going to be okay. The white is, to me, it's a little bright on the bright side. I probably should have went with a cream instead of a white. But I was following what the pattern called for. And I think it'll make a nice contrast on this block. We'll see. So here's one eye. Go ahead and get these ironed up, and then as soon as they're ironed up, we sew them up together. Hi, baby. Thanks for stopping in. What you doing? They have been finding all kinds of fun things in the yard, so we're being really careful with them lately. Because with the leaves falling and the seed pods falling and just the wind picking up things in the yard. That one especially, she likes to just, find whatever she can on the ground and follow her nose. She's like Toucan Sam. She just follows her nose. These go on this side. These go on this side. Sew these up together now. Okay. So a couple of people have mentioned what they're working on, but not everybody. So what are you guys working on this weekend? Is anybody else working on apples? Or just me? Well, Dawn said she's got a new Legits kit she's going to be working on, so those take forever. I would eventually like to do one of those. A full-size paper piecing project. I would like to do one eventually. Maybe not necessarily a Legits kit, because they're really expensive, but I would like to do something eventually. Joy says, years ago I had a dog that inhaled some kind of tiny seed or something into her lungs, and it almost killed her. She was sick for months. Oh no, Joyce, I'm sorry to hear that. I know that, I watch, you guys are going to laugh at me, but I watch a show called Bondi Vet. It's based out of Australia and London and Europe, basically. And they talk about those seed pods a lot and how they can hurt animals. I've seen a couple of episodes where they've been stuck in their eyes and their ears, and yeah. So I'm familiar with those seed pods. We don't necessarily have any seed pods like that out here by us. For us, at least here in Illinois anyway. For me, it's more like the maple tree seed pods, the ones that look like little propellers. It's more things like that. The squirrels also like to bury things in our yard, and my dogs like to uncover them. So those are fun too. They follow their nose. Like, I can't be upset with them. Diamond painting. Carrie Lynn is working on a diamond painting kit. Imagine that. What kind of a kit, Carrie? Is it a big kit, a little kit? What do you do with all of them? Do you seal them and hang them up, or do you frame them, or what do you do with them? So I'm tempted to sew this open. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to press this open because I don't want this big bulk seam here in the middle. So I'm going to press this open. You give them away? Oh, okay. So over the weekend, I dropped off 2 quilt tops at the long arm. So you guys will probably see those again here soon someday. Well, technically I dropped off 3. One of them was not for me. One of them was for Mama Joyce. But I dropped off 2 quilt tops. We dropped off the one with the stripes. I can't remember the name of it now for some reason. That we finished a little while ago. Earlier in the summer we finished that one. I dropped that one off, and then I also dropped off the project that we started with their members only channel streams. So I dropped both of those off. So those will be coming back here soon. We're also going to be seeing a lot of older projects come back on the channel here for borders and binding. Because I bought a bunch of border fabrics for some of those pieces, and so now I need to put the borders on so that I can get them to the long arm. Hi Rita, good evening again. Gerda, no, it's not evening. Good morning. Friend Chip quilt top finishing up for Christmas tops and starting a fall top. Oh, fun. Carrie's trying to decide if she wants to play with scraps today. I can understand that. I wish I had that kind of time to play with scraps. I don't. So I give my scraps away. As one of the perks of being a member of my channel, you also receive at least 1, sometimes 2. This year it will only be 1. Scrap boxes from me. Once a year I mail out an 8x8x4 box of scrap fabrics. It's usually about 1.5 pounds to almost 2 pounds of fabric that go out. Throughout the year, I am keeping all of my scrap fabrics. You guys have seen me do it before. I put them into Ziplocs in the project, and then once the project is complete, or at least the quilt top is complete, and I know I don't need those scraps anymore, I'll throw those scraps into my scrap drawer that I have over there, and then they make their way into a box once a year. You do have to be a member of the channel for at least 3 months to be eligible for those boxes because they're very expensive to ship, and so the membership fee for 3 months pays for the postage for those boxes. So I do require that. So unfortunately, I don't know that any of the newer members, unless you're in an expert group, I don't think that any new members would be eligible for those boxes for this year. I think the time frame for that was last month. In order to get in on that, unless of course you want to become an expert, which is the most expensive of the 3 membership options. And I mean, you can become an expert for 1 or 2 months and then be part of the box. So the scrap bags, oh yeah, Joyce, yeah. I used to give those away. Then we started them as the member perks because the postage on those kind of got to be a little expensive. I think you won the triangles for because I gave away 2 packages of triangles of the or Norfolk project. So I think that's what you're referring to, because I do that too. I do giveaways for it as well. Rita says, thank you for the fabric. Made a quilt, then changed it, making a puff quilt from it. Oh, awesome. I'm glad. Rita is talking about the, she's an expert, one of the members of our expert club. So she received her fat quarter bundle, or not bundle, but she receives 3 free fat quarters from me every quarter. I have 3 different levels of membership. I have the Thumbelina membership, I have the fat quarter membership, and then we have the expert membership. The fat quarter membership and the expert membership, they both receive 3 free fat quarters from me every quarter. So that's what she's referring to. All right, so here are our eyes. Ooh. There you go. I mailed 2 11-pound boxes of fabric to a beginning quilter. Wow. Terry says I had to mail this. Not out. So hi again, no problem. I love the fabric. I hated cutting it up, but it made a beautiful quilt. Well, Rita, I am glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you're using it. All right, so now we need to attach the top to the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and attach these up together now. I'm gonna figure out the best way to do this. Go. $18. I mailed out 9 baby quilts recently. I'm glad it was in the same state, although very far from me. $18. Yeah. Oh, and just so you guys are aware, the post office just let us know when we mailed this last round of stuff that holiday pricing is now in effect, which means as of October 1st for the post office, the holiday pricing is now in effect, which means it's more expensive to ship things. So just so you guys are aware. October through the end of December is what we were told. So, some stuff there. I had no idea that the post office had holiday pricing. No clue. Learning all kinds of stuff. Now, the one nice thing about these being batik fabrics is they lay really nice and make it really easy to iron them up. Before the increase, yeah, Sandra, yeah, for sure. We had no idea. So, of course, when we mailed out the fall projects, we got nailed with the holiday pricing because we didn't know any different. I think I'm gonna press these. Just trying to press some of these open when there's really a lot of bulk in here, so then that way the bulk kind of lays a little bit flatter. And I'm really liking this new tool, this new pressing tool for open seams. Really, really like it. Yeah, stores give sales and they raise the price to ship them. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree. I will show you guys what this looks like in just a second. Oh, wait. Oh, I gotta pull these back apart. I missed a step. Darn it. I just looked at it now and I missed a step. Darn it. we're supposed to add a colored piece to the bottom of the face before we sew them up together. So let me go ahead and iron this one back flat so I can make it easier to pull it out. And we end up having to pull Jack out anyway. Darn it. Dang it. I could leave it, but because it's a facial structure thing, we'll just go ahead and pull it out. Put it in here. I have to remember to grab a new one of these because I have to sharpen this one at least. I'm gonna go grab a new one of those. This is super dull. I've been using it too much. So give me just a second. I'm gonna go into my redemptions bin and grab a new one. Give me a second. Well, I don't have any of the bigger ones left. I'll have to order more. All I have are smaller ones. Thought I had more of the bigger ones left. I guess I don't, so I'm going to have the smaller ones, so I'll have to order more of those. That is one of the nice things about having the redemptions bin, is I can just pull out what I need. Usually I have these bigger ones in there, but this one will not work. It's dead. I could just sharpen it, and I will after the stream is over, now that I know that I don't have any. But for right now, I'll just use this one because it's sharp. So much better. So much better. No sense in struggling. There we go. So yeah, so I missed a piece here. I need to pull these apart and add that piece back. I'm telling you guys, change out your seam rippers. Holy smokes. Wow. Oh, this one's just flying through. Should have changed it up months ago. Or at least sharpen them. I think you can cut them with foil. I think that's how you sharpen them. Good morning, Naomi. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. We are working on our Puppies project. We're back at it. And of course I sewed something up wrong, so now I had to pull Jack out. But my other Jack was really dull for some reason. So I went in the project and our redemptions bin and I grabbed a brand new seam ripper. And it is cutting like butter. Holy smokes. You forget. The one thing that you forget a lot of the times is to sharpen and or just replace your seam ripper. Like, holy smokes. So much better. So much better. Like, you change your rotary blade, you change your needles. We need to be doing the same thing for our seam rippers. Or at least I do. Oh my gosh. This one's just cutting through like butter. And it's one of those cheapo ones. Like I buy them in bulk for a redemptions. So this was probably like a pack of 30 of them for like $6 or $8. It's a little life. It's just the little cheapo ones that you would normally get as like a freebie just about anywhere. I've learned my lesson in that buying the expensive seam rippers, they all dull at the same rate. So there's really no sense in spending the money on it when you can just. Oh, jeez. I don't want it to fall apart. Explains why it was a cheapo. Jeez. Oh, this one's stuck. Anyway, there you go. New seam rippers. That's right, Sandra. Yeah. It reminds you to change them out, right? Because I do. They are part of the redemptions. Yeah. The seam rippers are part of the redemptions. So, okay. So we have to sew these pieces up here to the corner before we sew these up together. I missed that. Carrie says I change mine often because I lay it down and it disappears. Fair. That's fair. Mine don't disappear. I just take for granted the fact that I need to be replacing them or sharpening them. So I'll use the same one for quite a while and then, forget that it needs to be replaced. Because like I have an entire box of them, so I really don't have any excuse. I have an entire box of them. So if you guys are interested in, if you guys need a new seam ripper, now's a good time to redeem, redeem your thimbles for a seam ripper. Because they are in the bin. They are in the, excuse me. There are also, spool holders, and I've got a crap ton of bobbin holders that connect onto the spools. I've got a bunch of them because I've been going through different ones trying to figure out which ones I like, and whatever ones I don't like I end up putting in the bin. Whichever ones don't work for me, it's not a matter of I don't like them, they just don't work for me for what I want them to do, so I put those in the bin. Those end up being giveaways. Joy says, my son kept on getting mine, and finally I just gave him one and told him to leave mine alone. There you go. I can't imagine what Mr. Wizard might try to use a seam ripper for, so I'm not too worried about it. I can't imagine what he might use one for. Although he does have makeup brushes in his studio. He uses the makeup brushes as dusting to dust the cars off. He also uses them for painting. I understand they're really great for painting. Carrie says, I can see my tables now. I can start playing again. Patty says, I need a seam ripper after all these red quilts. Well, Patty, redeem your thimbles and I'll send you one. At the end of the month, I'll send you one. Let's go ahead and get this one ironed up. Should I enter? You know, there's some type of bulk here, so I think I'm actually going to go. Normally I would do these open, but since there's bulk on this one side, I'm going to go ahead and iron it this way instead. There we go. It's just this one little corner, but it's going to make a lot of difference when it comes to the shape of the face, so it's worth it. It was worth it to pull it out. It's so spacious. Like I was saying earlier, that is one of the nice things about the fact that we rotate our projects out so much, is that it forces me to clean my table off every week, because I'm cleaning up the project that we're working on, putting it all away. So that kind of, it forces me to do that. So it's nice, because then that way I know that my space is always semi-organized. Don't pay any attention to what's on the other side of the camera, of course. On this side of the camera, it's clean. This side of the camera stays fairly organized. All right, now we've finished that there. So we can go ahead and sew these back up again. Now this time will look a little bit different, a little bit better. Hopefully. And then we can sew on the bottom. And we will have finished the center of our faces. It's a new word for me. Joyce says that's a new word for me. Organized. What's organized? That's a new word for me. I understand that statement. I cannot function if there's not some semblance of organization, because I get too distracted otherwise. So for me, I'm kind of forced to organize. And adding this table has been both a blessing and a curse. Adding this table to my space has been a blessing, because now it allows me to have a larger workspace, and I'm able to organize these projects a little bit easier, a little bit better, things like that. Utilize larger ironing mats and cutting surfaces and things like that. It's been great. But then at the same time, it is a curse, because it also becomes the catch-all. When I bringing things in here, when I'm getting packages or letters, or I've got packages to go out, things like that, this becomes the catch-all. Like, it all gets piled up in here, and then when I come in here, I have to clean it. Controlled chaos. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yes, there you go. It's a good way to put it. But so it's become both a blessing and a curse, because it's basically become the kitchen island in here. You guys are understanding the kitchen island, right? You understand that reference? All right, now the faces are just about done. Let's go ahead and iron these up again. Again, I'm going to open them, press them open, since there's a lot of bulk here. Trying to manage my bulk as much as I can. I mean, sometimes you just can't get away from it, but trying to manage it as much as I can. And this pressing tool is amazing for open seams. I was skeptical. I was really, really skeptical when I first got it. And the first time I used it, I used a small iron with it, and it really just, it didn't work. It did not work. But using the bigger iron really made all the difference. And I am sold. And I'm really kind of grateful that I have the 3 different sizes of them now. I think this is the medium-sized one. Loves thread. You have to. Oh, and fabric. And spit stopper test. Durability test. LOL. Someone has redeemed a random notion. Patty, congratulations. You will get a seam ripper in the mail. Not right away, but at the end of the month, you'll get a seam ripper. You're very welcome. Thank you for redeeming your thimbles. I know how precious they are to people, so I appreciate that the fact that you are willing to redeem them in for prizes. And I never mail just one. Like, I know it says a random notion, but I never mail just one. You usually get 2 or 3, depending on the size of them. And I wait till the end of the month, so then that way if you wanted to redeem more thimbles next week for something else, you absolutely can. The redemptions, you can redeem each type of redemption once per live stream. So like you could also put in a redemption for a random fat quarter as well if you wanted to today. But you can't redeem another notion today. You'd have to wait until the next live stream to do another notion. And that's just so people don't like dump all of their thimbles into something and I end up giving them like a whole fat quarter bundle or something because they redeem all their notions at one time. It keeps costs down a little bit. Redeem card. Not yet. Not yet. I need to put that one up there. Mr. Wizard has said he will give away one of his model cars if somebody gets to 1 million. He wants to redeem them. I mean, he did redeem his own thimbles for a new car, but, you know, he paid for that car. I didn't have to ship it to him. How many thimbles for a fat quarter? Mary, do exclamation point prizes in chat and it'll give you the amount. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't remember if it's 10,000 or 20,000. It might be 30,000. Who knows? Yeah. Thank you, Terry, for throwing that up there. It will tell you how many. So a fat quarter is 10,000. Random notion is 20,000. A free pattern is 50,000. And then being a special guest on my stream for a day is 100,000. And then there's also the 500,000, which is when you get to pick our next project. So basically what happens is I give you a list of the projects that we have going and you get to pick which one we do next. That one's kind of lame. I probably will change that because I don't know why anybody would want that. Terry says, oh, I see. I have enough to pick the next project, huh? Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah, you do. If you were wanting to part with all those thimbles, you do, yes. Okay, so here's what the middle of our faces look like. You can see why I had to add that extra triangle in there, because it really gives it that better look. Here you go, eyes and mouth, eyes and nose. Okay. So now we have to add some pieces onto the bottom here to round out the chin. So we're going to grab these. We need 8 of these. Let's go ahead and grab 8, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. What do we got? 12, 10? Okay. Mary says, I would like to redeem my thimbles in for a fat quarter. Well, Mary, what you'll do is you exclamation point redeem, space, and then you type in fat quarter, and I think it's all one word. Patty has just redeemed for something. Or no, I think my video's my video is off. Sorry. Reminds you of your cat quilt. Yes, it does. It does remind me of a cat quilt. Yeah, 100% it does. Sorry, I was looking at something else. So type in exclamation point redeem space and then the prize that you're looking for. I think fat quarter is all one word if I remember correctly. There we go. Congratulations, Mary. You have just redeemed your thimbles in for a fat quarter. I mail those at the end of every month. So you will receive a fat quarter in the mail from me at the end of the month. So keep an eye out for a purple envelope. And you can redeem more next live stream as well. As long as you have the thimbles to do it. There you go. Yeah. No problem. Oh, Mary, if you wouldn't mind, please email me with your mailing address because I can't send it to you unless I know where you live. So do exclamation point email in chat. It will give you a link to my email address, and I need you to email me with your mailing address. Don't put it in chat. Email it just to me, and I will make sure that you get on the list. Because I can't mail your redemption to you if I don't know where to send it to. Hi, Marie. Welcome back to the channel. She says, I'm so sorry I'm so late. No problem, Marie. We understand. Hey, Marie, did you get... You were the winner of one of our one of our projects, right? Weren't you one of the winners? Did you receive it? I know one of them is taking a long, slow boat trip, but one of them has been. I've gotten news that it was delivered, so I'm just trying to make sure that that person received it. Was that you, Marie, or was that somebody else? I have not checked emails yet, so I was going to check them later today to reach out to that person. I just couldn't remember who it was. But welcome back. Yes, the fall one. I didn't get it yet. You didn't get it yet. Okay, well, it says it was delivered. Okay, well, delivered might mean delivered to the post office and not necessarily to the person. So I will double check it. It's a big, bulky box, so it's kind of a pain. It was delayed. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. I thought I got a message on Thursday that it had been delivered, but maybe I read it wrong. Maybe it was something else, because I know I've gotten... Oh, it should be there tomorrow. Okay, cool. Because I have had like 5 different packages kind of going all over the place, and so I've been getting tracking information from the Postal Service on through text. But the problem is I can't remember which one is which. So the one that got delivered may not have been yours yet. So that explains a lot. And it's a big, bulky box, so it's kind of understandable why it's been kind of going weird. I just really hope that they arrived safely. That's my biggest fear. I mean, we tried to package them as best as we could, but hopefully they arrived safely. There may be, and there will be, a little bit of assembly required. Because we did have to take the cages off. But you know, hot glue doesn't always stay together very well, so. So they might require a little bit of extra assembly, but I'm glad to hear that yours is on your way. The other one is stuck far away, so. We'll see if it makes it. All right, so there's the 2 chin pieces. So let me go ahead and trim these up now. Here it is. I need to change the blade. On my rotary cutter, again, I changed the blade on my rotary cutter a lot. But I use cheap blades, so that's part of the problem. And I know this. So that's part of it. Well, Terry, it sounds to me like you're not going anywhere then if you've got a pupper on your lap. Why change now? I mean, yeah, she's 16. Why reinvent the wheel, She holds me hostage, she says. I believe it. Yeah. But I think you do it willingly. Just give her loves. That's right. That's right. Dawn says, my fur baby disappeared. Oh no. Firecracker, the black cat, is gone. Been missing for a week. Oh, Dawn, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully they show up. That's gotta be heartbreaking. Alright, so now these need to be pressed, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Oh, good call, Carrie. Good call, yeah. That could work, sure. I don't have any outdoor cats. I've only ever had indoor cats. Yeah. I would have panicked. Our cat does go outside, like on our back patio, but she doesn't go very far. I don't know what a pitter box is. Oh. We knew what you meant, Terry. We knew what you meant. It's okay. It's okay. We understood. Okay. Last piece. Ron says, I hope so. As long as I've lived in this house, my cats disappear when they turn 6 or in a month of October. Been missing since the full moon. I hope an owl did not get her. Oh, that would be heartbreaking. I can't imagine. S and F and P and F. Okay, so here's the P. Here's the F. Here's the S. Okay. I don't think I need F anymore. I'll put that one away too. Let me show you what the faces look like. You guys can kind of see them there, but so I put these little, and it's hard to see with the lighting in here, but I put these little triangle pieces on here. That's the background fabric. It's just to kind of square off the chin a little bit, or triangle out the chin a little bit. You'll be able to see it better when we get the whole block together. and all the background there. Alright, so now we're going to take some S pieces. We've got about 10 minutes left, so we'll get started on some of these pieces. We may not finish them all, but that's okay. So we're going to take this S piece here. And go this way. Oh. Gotcha. Hi Susan, welcome back to the channel. It's been so long since I've seen you. How are you? I hope you're well. She says hello from Florida. As a reminder, guys, if you haven't already, please consider hitting that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing. We're going to be doing a lot of really fun projects here on the channel. So we'd really love you to join us. And also, don't forget to share this channel with your friends and family. If you have any groups or Facebook groups or Discord or any of those, if you could share that with them as well, I'd really appreciate that. Also, where did the F go? So I do need more Fs. That shoulder is really sore. You guys could just take a second to do that for me real quick. 2, 3, 4. If you are someone who watches, who lurks and doesn't participate in chat, or you like to watch the replay, which is totally fine. We love our replay watchers. If you could just double check and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that would be really great. YouTube likes to do this fun thing where they unsubscribe people from the channel, and I think it's just to kind of, haha, see if you're listening kind of thing. So if you wouldn't mind just double checking that to make sure that you are still subscribed, that would be great. If you're participating in chat, then you don't need to, because you have to be a subscriber in order to be in chat. So those I know are already subscribed. But those who don't participate in chat, whether that be a lurker that's watching the live stream or someone who is watching a replay, if you could just double check for me. Lived to be 13. Oh, wow. Our last dog lived to be 13. In fact, her birthday was just a couple days ago. Friday, I think. Thursday or Friday. Susan, your birthday was yesterday. Well, happy birthday to you, or happy belated birthday to you. 29 years old, right? Forever 29? Let me see. Make sure that I've got this correct. Before I trim these, I want to make sure I have them correctly. Yep. Okay, so these all need to be trimmed up now and then ironed open. So we'll go ahead and get them trimmed. Got a few minutes left. Probably need to change the blade. Yeah, happy belated birthday, Susan. I hope you were able to do something fun and special for your birthday. Spend it with someone special. Or maybe just spend it by yourself, hanging out and doing your favorite thing, whatever that might be. And just a reminder once again to our members that we are having a members only live stream tomorrow evening. If you are interested in joining us on that live stream, then consider becoming a member of the channel for as little as $2.99 a month. You can become part of that live stream where I share a Zoom link and you can join us live on Zoom. All right, got those all sewn up. Now we need to iron them. Wow. Had me a wonderful birthday. On Labor Day, he bought me a featherweight. Now I've got 4. Wow, that's awesome. That's really awesome, Susan. I don't know that I want a featherweight, to be honest. I don't know. I wouldn't mind having like one of those antique ones, like in the table, like as a display piece somewhere. But I don't know that I really want one to sew on. Is that weird? Don't judge me. I don't know. I don't know if I would want one or not. I hear Mr. Wizard making lunch. I'm getting hungry myself. I'm getting a little bit hungry myself. We're just going to finish ironing up these pieces here. These are the side cheek pieces, so they kind of connect the cheeks to the ears. I can show you guys what they look like in just a minute. Vintage machines have a beautiful stitch. I bet they do. I bet they do. And I guess if I had more time to like pay attention to that, I probably would enjoy that more. Well, you know what? Mama Joyce needs to get her machine fixed, is what she needs to do. Mama Joyce has a vintage machine. She has a vintage sewing machine. It's not a featherweight, it's a Singer. But the power cord on it was destroyed by one of her animals, and she needs to have a new power cord put on it. And so she needs to bring it in and have them fix it. Is what she needs to do. So she can use that. Because I feel like if she could use that machine, she would be a force to be reckoned with. Like, I think that she's just more used to her vintage machine that was, you know, an industrial machine. It was very heavy duty, strong machine. So the machine she has now, she has a Janome right now, and it's just, it's a computerized machine, so it's delicate. And Mom's not delicate. She's and so I think she's been struggling with her new machine because it's just not like her older one. Yeah, I'm sure it is, Terry. It's just we don't really know anything about electrical, and I think it's just intimidating for Mom. And the repair shop by our house has said that they should have no problem doing it. It's just a matter of she needs to bring it in, and so that's really what it comes down to. Is she just needs to bring it in. She needs to take it out of the cabinet that it's in, because it's in one of those older cabinets, you know. And she needs to take it out of the cabinet and bring it in and have them fix it. And I think that that would make her a lot happier with regards to sewing. And don't get me wrong, she enjoys sewing now, but I feel like having that sewing machine and being able to use that one, like the one she learned how to sew on, the one she's been using for the last years, you know. You know, I think she would be happier with it. And I think that she would be less likely to break something. She's managed, on this new machine, she managed to bend the presser foot pole. Or the pole that holds the presser foot. She managed to bend it because she was pulling so hard on the fabric. Trying to make her upholstery stuff. And so she just kind of, I think that if she could use the other one, I think she'd be happier. All right, so here's the cheek pieces. So we've got this one here, which, again, it's really hard to see on the camera. It's the backing fabric, which is a really light, pale beige, I guess, fabric, and then the solid whites. It's really hard to see it on the camera because of all the lighting in here. You can kind of see it a little bit. But those are our two cheek pieces. So those are the pieces that come along the sides here. I'll show them to you right here. So on this is our diagram here. So we've made this center section here. And we're working on this piece here and this piece here. So the two pieces that go on either side by the ears. We'll need to attach a dark piece here to this one to make it the same length as this piece here. And then we'll start on the ears. So I think the next time we come back to this project, we'll be able to put the rest of this together. They're going together fairly quickly. I think now that we kind of have a better idea of how they go together, I'm doing a little bit more prep in the beginning with regards to like marking the pieces, making sure they're laying the way they're supposed to, things like that. I think that that's really helping quite a bit. I'm just going to flip these over here. Sorry, I'm a little distracted now. But I think that that's helping to make these blocks go together. I feel like the smoky blocks went together okay, but these ones are going together much, much faster because I think we know what we're doing now. We'll go ahead and mark these. And then I'm going to take my little Post-it note that I have on the book here, and I'm going to put it on this page. That one. There we go. Okay. All right, so that is it for today, folks. Thanks again so much for hanging out with me. What did I do with my mouse? There it is. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you to our new subscriber, Pat. Hopefully that you can join in our next live stream we will have next Sunday. No, we're going to have a live stream on Saturday, I think. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay. Let me check my calendar, because I feel like we're going to have something going on Saturday. Excuse me. What month are we in? October? Yeah, our After Dark edition. No. Yeah, our After Dark edition is this Saturday, the 16th. And then we are back again on Sunday for our Norfolk project. We're also going to be doing our Peace of Mind live stream over on Katie's channel next weekend. And then we also have a Wednesday, Whip Wednesday next week as well. Lots of busy stuff happening. Lots of stuff happening. So we're going to be very, very busy the next couple of months. But anyway, guys, thanks again so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget our Saturday live stream. Our live stream on Saturday for our After Dark starts at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Members, we have a meeting, live stream tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. And then Sunday we'll work on our Norfolk Block 8. So, which is basically the last block before we start putting everything together. So, Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Thanks so much. Stay warm, stay dry, stay safe, and stay happy and healthy, hopefully. Bye for now, friends.